And join the ESPN's World Tour in Australia.
Welcome back to Huntington Beach and the OP Pro Skateboard Championship. I'm Steve Jam, and we're into the competition now with Steve Steadham taking his turn on the ramp. Steve's long and lanky skater. That was a beautiful boneless, it was called. It's kind of almost looks like a toe dancer. Steve stalls on the lip and acid drops down. Nice backside air. And another backside air. Steve's going for the height. Beautiful. A whole series of high air. The crowd really loves it. And he's going to keep doing those backsides. Another stall. Acid drops in. And, oh, nice invert. Nice invert. A plant there on the lip with his hand. They stand up like statues. It's called rock and roll. And Steve's going to call a twist on that run. That was a nice run for Steve Steadham. The crowd giving him a little encouragement. He's asking for it. And now we've got Micky Alba. Micky going with the backside air. More air again. But see, it appears that the guys are trying to get the crowd worked up right now. It's early in the competition. I think they want to get the crowd on their side and get them excited. Micky lost it then. Let's take a look at those backside airs. He gets a lot of height. Beautiful twisting motion. Nice and smooth. It's floating backwards, counterclockwise. Now we have Gentleman Jim Gray with a nice frontside air, and there's an invert. That's called an Andrick invert. And another, a lot of these maneuvers I think are named after the people who invented them. That was a nice rock and roll. There's an axle grind and an acid drop in. A backside air. And another backside air. Oh, can't quite hang on to it. He bails out on that one. We have Tony Magnussen up now. Tony originally from Sweden. Tony, nice off the lip moves here. He's going to stall. Acid drops in. There's a beautiful backside air. And another one. Once again, they're going for the height and the crowd response. Tony is, as I said before, is well known for his high airs. I think he had the highest measured air in the world at one time. I don't know, he might still have it. He's getting up there now, and the crowd loves it. Beautiful twisting motion there, backside. And that was a front side air. There's an invert. And an ollie. Never touched the board. I don't know how they can do that. That's incredible to me. But they've got it wired. Nice twist. And another twist. Oh, Tony loses it. That's a tough maneuver, and it's awful hard to hang onto that board. You got the centrifugal force that makes it want to fly away. Let's look at that in slow motion. We've got beautiful, beautiful front side air. Back up the ramp. There's that invert. Takes a lot of balance. Here's the ollie. Now, he will not touch the board. Incredible. Absolutely incredible, and the crowd agrees. We've got Christian Hosoi ready now for his next run. Crowd waiting in anticipation. He drops in off the tail, and a nice backside air. And another one. And yet another one. That was a method air, just a variation. And another method air. That's a backside lean air. He's pushing the board. And an air walk. Christian's getting tremendous height with these moves. Another beautiful front side air. That's a judo air. Christian is hot right now, folks. And that's a front side air. The axle stalls, acid drops in. Oh, yeah, backside air. And a McTwist. Oh, couldn't quite handle it. There you saw one of the most difficult maneuvers in the whole sport. He almost had it, but he just wasn't able to hang on to the board. The crowd did appreciate that, though. Let's take a look at that. First of all, he starts with a backside air, sets himself up, takes that twist. He almost does a backflip, but he just can't hang on to the board and does lose it. Well, we've got Steve Steadham up next, and he's got a tough act to follow, but he's going to give it a shot. Before the competition, I asked Steve what it was like to skate in front of a crowd this size.
The bigger the crowd, the more louder the roar is, and that sort of gets you off a little bit. It's pretty rad. It gets, you know, adrenaline pumping more than if not that many people were there.
Well, Steve has really got his adrenaline pumping now. You saw that Smith grind. There's a rock and roll, and he's going to stall at the top. Acid drops in. Nice backside air. And another one. He's going for that height, too, folks. He's got to keep up there with Christian. And another backside. Oh, cannot hang onto the board. You know, the whole sport of skateboarding started out simply enough. Old roller skate wheels on a 2x4, but time and improved technology have turned that crude piece of equipment into a precision instrument. The boards are mass-produced now with high-quality components. wheels and trucks designed to withstand punishment and supply stability. The boards are thinner and wider now with a non-slip surface, and the construction ensures durability. Here you see the difference between a board made in the 1970s and one of the 80s. The newer boards are longer, wider, and much more stable. And because they're produced in quantity, they're affordable and easy to find, available to anyone who's interested in participating in the sport. I asked one of the stars of the sport, Micky Alba, what it takes to win a skateboard competition.
Well, basically, it's staying on your board, trying to do a couple new maneuvers that you don't really see too often. And I don't know, the major thing is to stay on your board. A lot of people fall these days, and when you stay on, you win.
Well, Micky's doing a good job of staying on his board right now, and he's getting a lot of air. There's a series of backside airs. There is a sweeper. That's called a sweeper. And that is a gray slide with a stall and then a tail drop in. That maneuver, gray slide, was named after the gentleman in this contest, Jim Gray. And there is a nice invert. And another invert. And yet another invert. Boy, he does that well. And there we have the Smith grind. A front side Lena tail. And that is an axle stall. Acid drops back in. Another backside air. And oh, he was on a roll there, but he lost it. Couldn't quite hang on. That was a good run for Micky Alba, though. He should pick up a lot of points there. Let's look at this again. There's that invert. Beautiful balance. Precision. He's back down. He never misses a beat. There's the Smith grind, dragging the rear truck of the skateboard along the lip. Here we have Jim Gray with a tail drop in, and he starts with a nice front side air. Beautiful invert. Another invert. Oh, and I hang on, kind of loses it. Again, that takes a supreme effort and a lot of balance to pull that off. These guys are very good at it. We have Tony Magnussen now, starting off with his patented airs, putting together some backside airs, higher and higher. Look at the height he's getting. This guy's a king, boy, I'll tell you, and he is really getting up there. And that's an ollie, no hands, beautiful, and an invert. Boy, I'll tell you, Christian ought to be quaking in his boots right now. Tony's making a charge. Oh, he's just not able to keep it going. Got away from him, but the crowd is appreciative. Tony Magnussen giving him a show. And here he is, Christian Hosoi, for his last run. Time is running out, so Christian's going to have to come up with something. That was a big point run for Tony Magnussen. I think he's going to have to come up with something special to take this away. And he's going to start off doing just like Tony. There's a nice judo air, beautiful, kicking down like a martial arts expert. Higher and higher he goes. And another, oh, that's a rocket air, grabs the board. And another backside air, and a McTwist, and he pulls it off. He actually pulls it off. Beautiful, the crowd is going crazy. That should be the trick to do it for Christian Hosoi, but he's still going. Another front side air and a backside air. He's just keeping the string going. Back and forth, higher and higher, as consistent as you can imagine. And he knows, folks, he knows. Christian Hosoi looks like, unless a miracle happens, it's going to be Christian. That was beautiful. A successful McTwist. Let's take a look at that again. Sets himself up with a backside air, gathers himself, launches into the air, twists his body, and makes it beautifully. Back up and running. Stay with us. We'll be right back with the results.
James Bond is back. Wherever he goes, adventure follows. From Afghanistan to Vienna. From Tangiers to Gibraltar. He lives on the edge. The Living Daylights, rated PG. Now playing. Check newspapers for a theater near you.
If you have teenagers, I'm asking you to have a very difficult talk with them. Not about sex. For a lot of us, that would be easy compared to drugs. Drugs like cocaine and crack. But you must talk to them about drugs. If you don't talk about it, if you don't fight it, why should they? The idea of your kids using cocaine or crack ought to scare you to death. So please, learn about it and talk about it.
A treacherous way to get your thrills. ESPN Speedway America takes you on a wild ride with championship motorcycle racing. Friday nights on the leader in motorsports coverage, ESPN.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Next on ESPN's Tropical Monday, dangerous moves on humongous waves at the Stubbies Pro Surfing Championship.
This Dynocom sports presentation has been brought to you by Ocean Pacific Sunwear, OP, the lifestyle. Welcome back to the conclusion of the OP Pro Skateboard Championship from Huntington Beach, California. The winner of the competition, Christian Hosoi. Christian, very good job out there. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Christian, what do you think was the maneuver or maneuvers that put you over the top?
Basically, it's McTwist, but you got to be able to be consistent, stay on, do a lot of hand plants, you know, aerials, grinds, lip tricks, and you got to go high. And plus the 540 helps in the end, especially if you make it.
And he made this one a flawless 1.5 rotation McTwist, giving Christian Hosoi the victory. Well, that about does it from Huntington Beach. The OP Skateboarding Championship again, captured by Christian Hosoi. A lot of enthusiastic fans here enjoyed the competition. Hope you did too. So from Huntington Beach, this is Steve Jam saying so long. Go nuts, guys.